okay for now, okay.
Yeah, they'll give you your chance later.
Good evening, Frank Sorick, President, Wilkes Barre City Taxpayers. I just want to reiterate about this pending legislation, pretty much the same thing that Bob said. Everything this council does is designed to limit citizen interaction and comment. From Mr. Ryan's ridiculous rants about who can say what about whom and for how long, unless said person is criticizing myself or Karen Sepaherko, then they seem to have forever. As Mr. Kalabowski said, this plant that you submitted last council meeting and asked her to please come up, Mr. Barrett, and state that she was upset. It's amazing to me, though, that she registered prior to the meeting to speak and knew that Bob would be late for that meeting to complain about it, as she'd never been to council before. That I found amazing, so definitely had to be a plant. Or the other plant who said she just didn't feel safe with Mr. Kodlowski, as if Bob would ever hurt a fly in this town. And again, with the meeting starting at 6 p.m., for the record, again, not everybody makes $1 million a year. Some folks in this town actually work and live on minimum wage, and they work, live, or worship in other towns, and they can't get out of work at 5:30 to be here for a 6 o'clock council meeting. So if you are going to pass this, please move council back to 7 p.m. so that it's at a respectable time when the good, honest, hardworking people of this town who pay your salaries can be here to address you in the off chance that they do have a problem. It is so important to have an accessible government when we need it, not a government that says, oh, I'm sorry, you arrived at 6:01, you can't speak to your government. That's a ridiculous notion. And as for why council meetings are at 6 p.m., is simply because one council person is having dinner reservations at 7 after a hard day's work protecting those who would drive drunk at a community college.
All right, that's it.
No, I'm not done.
No, that's it. Okay.
I didn't mention any
Way off
names.
the topic.
No, I didn't. I talked about why meetings are at 6. I'm
Make
talking.
an allegation like that, you're out of line. You
Again,
are out of order.
no, that's the
Continue without
truth. Why are
going.
meetings at 6, Bill?
That isn't what you are, that's not why you're out of
Okay.
order.
All right, again,
For
rules
some
of.
reason you feel it necessary to attack somebody personally to make your point. I don't know what it is.
I'm just stating facts as to
Just
why
like-
council meetings are at
just like
6.
preceding-
The city charter calls for 7. Why were they moved to 6? I'll continue. Rules of decorum. Currently, as of this minute, I am in violation of the rules of decorum as to where this podium sits. You're passing legislation a little too late right now, but currently, I am in violation. The rules of decorum call for no talking behind the rail, yet I'm forced to talk behind the rail. As of tomorrow, will be no talking in front of the rail. And soon enough, no talking if you're not here by 6 p.m. I don't know why we just don't speed things along and move things so that there's just no talking, period. I mean, we must have seceded from the union at some point. I missed the memo. Coming up, there's just so much. But for those of you who didn't hear me on Sue Henry, I've asked the Wilkes Barre City Taxpayers Board to set aside funding of $2,000 for a couple of billboards next election cycle. I'm going to plaster every yes vote, name and photo. I am on the topic,
You are
Bill.
not on the topic.
You're going to vote for legislation tonight. If you're a yes vote, your name and photo will appear on that billboard with the caption that says, I voted to silence you. Please return the favor this November.
Anyone else on pending legislation? You seem to be getting away from it.
Don't like the truth. Suck it up.